Last year, I wanted to make Christmas extra special for my girlfriend Tristan by trying something new. It was our first Christmas in the apartment we had just moved into together, a place we still live in today. Neither of us had ever cut down our own Christmas tree before, so I thought it would be a fun and memorable experience. Living in New Hampshire, where spruce trees are abundant, I figured we were in the perfect place to make it happen. One snowy evening, I suggested we take a short trip to a nearby forest known for its spruce trees. I intentionally chose a time when it was snowing because I thought it would make the adventure feel even more festive and Christmassy. After a bit of driving, I pulled my pickup truck into what looked like a small clearing off the side of the road. It was hard to tell with all the snow covering the ground, but I could hear the crunch of gravel beneath the tires, so I figured it was a safe spot to leave the truck. The forest was in a hilly area, which meant we had a lot of uphill trekking to do. As we trudged through the snow, Tristan began to complain about the cold and the effort it took. She wasn't as enthusiastic about the adventure as I had hoped, but I encouraged her to keep going. We were on the hunt for the perfect tree, something small enough to fit in our living room, but big enough to make a statement. Most of the trees we came across were far too large. Finally, after what felt like ages of searching, we found it. The perfect tree. I gave the tree a quick shake to admire it before raising the axe I'd brought along. The trunk wasn't very thick, so after a few good swings, the tree toppled over with a satisfying thud. I was thrilled, but we now had the challenge of carrying it back down the hill. Dragging it through the snow didn't seem like a great option, so I asked Tristan to grab the top end of the tree while I carried the trunk. That's when she realized she hadn't brought gloves. Fortunately, there was an extra pair in the truck. I handed her the keys and told her to hurry back and grab them while I waited. Tristan ran off and I stayed behind with the tree. As I sat on the trunk, I took a moment to soak in the atmosphere. The forest stretched out endlessly in every direction, a sea of pine trees dusted with snow. The world around me was quiet, save for the gentle sound of wind and the soft patter of snowflakes. Dusk had already settled in, and the light was fading fast. I turned on my flashlight to help Tristan find her way back to me when she returned. The silence of the woods was unsettling after a while. It was so still that every little sound felt magnified. Eventually, I heard the crunching of footsteps on the snow. Assuming it was Tristan, I called out her name and waved the flashlight in the direction of the sound. But the footsteps stopped, and no one answered. Thinking she was trying to play a prank on me, I decided to turn the tables. I left the flashlight on the stump of the tree and quietly crept into the shadows of the forest, hiding behind a large pine tree. I crouched there, waiting for her to step into the beam of light. Moments later, someone came running into view, but it wasn't Tristan. A man in a hooded coat charged straight for the flashlight, grabbed it, and turned it off. My stomach dropped as darkness enveloped the forest. From the way he had rushed up to the light, it was clear he wasn't there with good intentions. My instincts kicked in, and I bolted down the hill toward the truck. The noise of my frantic footsteps must have given away my position, but I didn't dare look back. About halfway down the hill, I heard Tristan's panicked screams calling my name. Her voice was laced with terror, and it pushed me to run even faster. As I neared the truck, I could hear the blaring sound of the horn honking repeatedly. I finally reached the clearing, threw open the driver's side door, and jumped in. Tristan was already inside, yelling at me to drive. I didn't need any more convincing. I floored the gas pedal, and the truck roared to life as we sped out of the clearing. As we glanced back, we saw him. The man was standing right where my truck had been parked just moments before, watching us drive away. His presence sent chills down my spine. We didn't stop until we were far from that forest. Eventually, we pulled into a Home Depot parking lot and decided to buy a tree there instead. It wasn't the magical experience I'd envisioned, but it was safe. Looking back, I can say with certainty that we'll never attempt to cut down our own Christmas tree again. Some traditions just aren't worth the risk.